Musical. Call us and we'll send you a picture. We'll send you a picture. Get in touch with us. Okay, bye. A picture of a joke. I'm kidding.
Oh, what?
Is it a picture of a joke? For NACA. Guys, if you really want to do college, you know how much enthusiasm you have to have for those drunk white people? Okay? She didn't talk about that part, okay? You had to be rah-ray-ho. I went, wow, we're live. And I said something like that. Busting on tape. Once again, welcome to LASC's Open Mic Night. Wow! This is where we go crazy, but it's a safe space. Just try to keep everybody happy. If you love Jesus, if you love Jesus, if you love Cristobal Columbus, if whoever you love, you can love. But somebody else is going to love somebody up here that you don't love. And I expect all of you to be the consummate professional. Meaning, if you're a professional comedian as well, you will be a professional audience member. This is not a two-way conversation. Heckling's not encouraged, nor is it necessary. In the real world, that's a lot of trouble. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what's going to happen. Somebody left their earphones. Is that to shut me up? Which is great. And also, I wanted to say, yeah, somebody left their earphones.
Those are that's mine. I'm so sorry about
I thought it was, I thought it was home. My kids just take off clothes and leave them. I've never seen anything like it. Like, I just trip in the house like this all the way in the house. And they're always, you have to move my stuff. That's it. I do want to say something about, my daughter was in an incredible production of Helen of Troy. And she played Helen of Troy.
Woo!
But she had 15 minutes in a 2-hour play, and I wish I'd known that earlier. I could have come in a little later, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. I have a situation with my neighbors now, new roaches. And you're going to say, oh my God, your roaches in Beverly Hills? Oh yeah. And in Beverly Hills, they call them crickets. Yeah. White people, you got it down, man. I can't wait. Because you know what happens when they come in your house. The roaches only come in your house, by the way, when you have company. You don't see no roaches until you have company. And they come out. Dun, da, 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 da. All right. This is really a happy day. What just happened here in my room that somebody called my place a storefront? That's why it's the most money. Does that make any sense to say something like that? A storefront. That's more money, dummy. Right? That's what I want to say. But I can't. A storefront. Then go. I wonder what college are you doing if you're going to say, I'm not ready? You're always ready. Shannon, right? You're always ready. If you don't believe me, watch this guy in action. Give it up for Shannon. Shannon.
Pressure's on. Shit. What to do. Tell you what, I'll make sure this shit's plugged in because you messing around with it, it always falls out on you. Oh, man. So, I only date like really happy black women who listen to me. I find it makes the world a better place. Cause man, I'd be ripping some shit up if it wasn't for Cynthia. She's badass. Look. Stupid. Don't get me an opening, fools. Hey, oh yeah. You ever been rode hard and put away wet?
What? Hey, yo.
But you do know that tomorrow's another day, right? And there's always more than one way to skin a cat. So there's no use beating a dead horse once you let him to water, because you're not going to make him drink. And if you are trying to kill two birds with one stone, then your story better be tighter than a duck's ass. Because once that cat's out the bag, you're going to have to find enough space to grab him by his long-ass tail and swing him into a room full of rock. I don't know, guys. Just know that a lot of our idioms are based on animal cruelty. Yes. What does that say about us as a society? Right? Plus, what the fuck were we bagging up cats? What? That has always been one of the weirdest things. Just throw them in a bag and throw them in a river. Just throwing cats in a bags of cats in a river. Although, you know what? I lived in a fucking funky ass place in Oregon, and the horses used to get scared at night. It ended up being like feral cats because there were so fucking many of them. And that was the only time it ever hit me that there was probably a time and a place where, yeah, let's bag up a bunch of cats and fucking throw them in the fucking river because this shit's getting crazy. Oh, man. Anybody got a favorite animal out there? You know, ooh, if you were an animal, what animal would you be? Anya, I'm picking on you.
Koala.
Koala? They just burning in trees and shit right now, man. Okay, all right, koala bear. That's an unusual pick. It is. That's a first for the koala. All right. Do you know why koala bears aren't considered actual bears?
Disrespect.
No, they don't meet the qualifications. Usually the stock answers are eagle or tiger. Yeah. Okay, those are like the two that everybody says. That will be eagle or tiger. I think everybody fucks that shit up a little bit because you're missing out on the most useful animal of all. If I were, another member of the mammalian kingdom, I would be a scapegoat. Fucking useful as shit. All right, I got one tied up in the backyard of my glass house, okay, where everyone else is to blame, so I'm never at fault. Okay, it's a beautiful way to live. Get yourself a scapegoat. Get yourself a few. All right, have a good amount of them. It's a nice way to go through life. Cause man, just goat's fault. Goat's fault. It's not my drunken rampaging or lack of forethought or procrastination that got me here. It's some other shit. Some other shit got me in this situation. People always used to tell me I got a DJ voice, right? And I always thought that was pretty cool until I realized they meant strip club. Right? Like, hey fellas, pull out that wad, get your tongues a wagging. Welcome to the stage, Ember. Right? Pretty good. Actually, I think I could do a good DJ thing. But that's just because I like to work at a classical music station, But I do all my shit morning zoo style. Right? Okay, that has been Mozart in the Morning. I'm your host, Aloysius Tickletaint. Thank you for listening. We have a new DJ coming on, like Nocturnes! Welcome to Monday Morning's Mashup. I will be combining your favorite composers for the next 3 hours. Oh, you think Handel can handle Haydn? You're wrong! Ooh, Rachmaninoff rocks alone, does he? That's because you ain't heard of Bachmaninoff. Bach, yeah! So no need to practice, y'all, because I'm here to take you to Carnegie Hall. It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Golf claps all around. I'll queen wave to you. Shit. Maladroitly is a weird word.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I read. I always have a book that I'm reading. Okay, there's never not a time where I'm not reading a book. And I'm reading this shit Mistborn, which is fine. It's okay. It's like, it's like a Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones sort of thing. But this motherfucker has used maladroitly like 4 times in the last 4 chapters, and there is no need to use that word more than once in a trilogy, let alone one fucking book. All right, his use of adjectives are pissing me off. Adverbs, actually, starting to make me mad. If you can drop an adverb, drop it. You maladroit motherfucker. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, me and my dog do everything together. That's why I had a fire hydrant installed next to the toilet. It's also why I take him to the park and lace his ball with cocaine so I can watch him chase my addiction. The other day I caught him drinking from the toilet, so I took a piss in his dish. Call that yin yang. Well, you guys believe in yin yang. You think that's a force at work in the universe. And you have to believe that old white people porn is incredibly popular with Asian teens. See, she hadn't heard that before. That was for her. I know you motherfuckers heard it before. Oh, man. Should have been more ready. As, son just said. Try to take your advice, but then again, I never know when I'm going up. You nutcase. I love saying it. It's part of the fun. Shit, you gotta get your ass called up. Where it goes. So Oscars are coming up, right? Yeah, pretty soon. Nothing ever really accentuates like the dualities of life, like the haves versus the have-nots than the Oscars. Because life's not fair, right? Like, what's expected of you if you win an Oscar? Okay? Like, what society expect of you? Like, right, say you're ripping it right now, you're going to get Best Actor. What's expected? There's so many people to thank, right?
That's not what
I have to thank God and my family, without which none of this would be possible. Our amazing cast and crew. This is yours as much as it is mine. Our genius director, Sam. Without your constant encouragement, I don't know how we would have done it. What happens? Life takes a shit on you, though, right? Life hands you lemons. Society expects you to shoulder the blame, right? Take responsibility for your mistakes and move on. As if not just as many people are responsible for your fucking downfall. Okay? One time, I want to see a judge bang a gavel and go, the verdict is guilty. And I want that defendant to stand up and go, where do I begin? Mom, Dad, it all started with your abandonment. Rita, Charlie, my third foster family, without your constant sexual abuse in that month with the ball gag, I would have never known I'd have been a killer so early on. Oh shit, the bail is coming. I'm running out of time, guys. The juvenile detention system where I hone my skills. Everyone out there continues to underfund mental health care so I can never get true help. Oh, my victims. Have a good one.
Tell them about your show.
3815 Saltel Boulevard, 7 p.m. on Thursdays, 10 p.m. on Fridays. Fanatic Salon.
Maybe I'll come up Thursday. Will they do my hair?
Not anymore.
No, my hair's gone, right? That's gone. I hadn't seen you in a month of Sundays, and I'm trying to do a boy-girl thing, so let's see if we can bring up this lady right now. And this is what we're going to say. She brings comedy to the level T, but we call her lovely, lovely Lady V. Let's do this.
Hey y'all, it has been a many. Okay, so when I was a little girl growing up in the 60s, little black girls had to make sure they were prim and proper and perfect so that things would go well with the white man. Fast forward to today, and it's still kind of like that, but it's no longer the white man, it's white boys. And they're not all, prim and proper like the white men in days of old. They're all kind of bunched up, crumply and wrinkly, these white boys. But they still hold all the power. So the way I find myself feeling superior is every morning when I iron my clothes. Spritz, spritz. I'ma look way better than them white boy wrinkly motherfuckers. Spritz, spritz. Yeah, because even permanent press, white boys really think that works. It doesn't. Not unless you get it right out of the dryer. We're talking permanent press.
Got you.
You got to get it right out of the dryer. You got to shake it and then throw it on a hanger. And then it may look okay, but it doesn't look as good as you. Shh. Shh. Spritz. Yeah, I grew up black. We were taught we had to look better, sound better, act better, be smarter than everybody just to get in the door. So we had to always shh, spritz. Yeah. You know, we raise our children in cribs with little plastic irons right next to them. So when they roll over, they have that natural shh. Spritz. That's right. So I was all proud of myself going to this conference. I knew there'd be a bunch of crumply, wrinkled white boys in power. I decided to wear white linen. I got up early that morning, feeling extremely superior. Shh. Spritz. Had it perfect. Got into the car, went to put on that seatbelt and had a heart attack. Anybody stay non-wrinkled while wearing a seatbelt? Anybody? Anybody know how to successfully drive, pulling this and then pulling that and then pulling this and turning?
No.
Anybody? You can imagine how I felt when I stepped out of the car, looking like a wrinkled white boy. Just shoot me now. Shoot me now. I told you I was raised back in the day, and I'm still traditional, so it took me a minute to get with modern day sending up the pics. I did get up the nerve to send a revealing pic to the sky. True story. I got a favorable response. I was all excited. I'm like, okay, it was worth it, you know? So we're together like a couple weeks later, and I bring up the pic because it's a big deal for me. It's the one and only ever. And he didn't remember my pic.
Whoa.
I'm like, all of this and all of that. And wow. You know how I felt? Yeah, it was horrid. But I got over it, Sam. I did. And you know, now I just send naked pictures of anybody. I just crop off the head. And the desire for my pics is so outrageous. I have to send more and more. I send any old skin tone. It doesn't matter. Last week I sent a picture of a white girl. I said that was me before my summer tan. You know he bought it. Yeah. All you have to do is get the nipples right. Get the nipples right. Yeah, and then, you know, receiving pics. That's a whole other thing. How is it that I get all my pics at 7:30 a.m.? It's just like bing, 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 bing. It's like, wow, who needs an alarm clock? I swear, they must just wake up and go, ooh, V would like that. It really got out of control, you guys. It did. And I just started thinking about how these men nowadays think they were the first to create the majestic dick pic. I have you know you were not. It happened centuries ago. Centuries ago. Because I was a good student. I love art history. And I saw all the images on the inside of the pyramids. The Egyptians were the first. You know, the scientists and experts explained it away. They're images that we don't know what they are. They're foreign figures. They're objects. I know a penis when I see a penis. Those were dick glyphs. Oh yeah, The homies back in the day set it up for a sister like me, waiting for me in the 4th grade to go, and follow it up in the museum. Yeah! And I learned it was an entire ritual that they went through every 7 years. The young men would line up all across the desert. Sand dune after sand dune. They'd line up 2 by 2s. Older brother and the younger brother. The younger brother. So he would anticipate when it's his turn. So what's it gonna be like when you get there? I don't know. Ask him. What's it gonna be like when we get there? I don't know. Well, I'll tell you guys. When they get there, they stand before a big vat of turquoise paint. And they would dunk. And then whack that image onto the brick. Would you like to see it again? They would dunk. And then thwack that image onto the brick. And men nowadays are like, V, you're crazy. We are not flatting our peni onto brick. Well, it was a matriarchal society. You know, women have that love-hate relationship with the penis. Every now and then we want to see it thwatted against a brick wall. It's just thwatting, silly wabbit. Tricks are for me. Yes, and that's the insanery of meery. Yeah, that I happen to be, if you don't know me, I'm V. Everybody say hey V. Hey V. Hey you guys, if you don't know, I'm the single mom of 2 sons diagnosed with autism. Woo. Yeah, that's why you may have noticed that crazy sparkle in this eye. Yeah, I came by it right righteously. My oldest son has language and the youngest one doesn't. And when we know what he needs, everything goes good. But when we don't, mayhem ensues. I have a laptop that he opened 360 degrees. It's no longer a laptop. It's a laptop. And I'm going to tell you how it happened. I woke up one morning, I heard this sound. Now, I wondered what that was. I'm going to rewind. Anybody here live in a house where you listen throughout the house to hear where the people are to see if they're somewhere getting into your shit? Anybody live like that? Well, that was the scenario. So that meant I should have run immediately, but I didn't. But when I got there, keyboard up on this sofa, monitor up on that sofa, wires in between. I took it to my computer guy. He went, because he had built it. It had everything in it. That's why I went, oh! Nothing like bootleg shit in your laptop. Yeah, but he fixed it. I took it home. I was so excited. I put it right back on the desk. Anybody ever ignore that little small voice? Anybody ever ignore the little small voice that said, do you think he might break the computer again? Well, the next morning I woke up and heard that sound, and I ran quickly. It was a flat top. I took it to the computer guy. Good businessman. Do you know he put this thing on the table? Doom. I said, what's that? He said, military grade. I'm like, military grade? He said, this is a military grade laptop. I'm going to go a minute over. I'm going to pay you. You can run a tractor tractor over this. You could run a tank over this. You cannot break it. I'm like, for real? He's like, for real, for real. I took it to my son. I gave it to him. I said, here's your new laptop. And of course, like a smart person, now I went and hid my laptop. 3 hours later, I came out my bedroom, looked down the hallway, and there he was with his brand new military grade laptop open, face up, in full lunge position, trying to break it. That was the happiest day of my life. I lost my mind. I went into full HBCU marching band moment. You can't break it. You can't break it. You can't break it. You can't break it.
You can.
Yeah. Anyway, I won't finish the joke. I've already run the light.
That's not the end.
No, it's not.
Oh God, we gotta come back next week.
Keep it going at first. Oh, I'm at BVV Comedy, and on March 7th, Comedy in V's Hood at the Corbin Bowl is my show. All right, clap it up for Sunda.
Lady B.
Girl, if this bookshelf that fell on you,
Oh my.
what did she ask me? Was my furniture IKEA?
No, it's not. You can tell. You can tell. No holes in it. You can tell. That's fine wood.
But why
made.
did she say? Sorry.
My last
No,
name is
'cause she doesn't know any
Krimquist.
better.
It's not even that. Swedes don't like IKEA. It's just a natural thing. It's the last thing I would have is IKEA. Because they make fun of Swedes. I mean, I'm black. I know that. I'm just saying, you know. Just saying, the jugheads I gotta represent. You know what I mean? Because I got a jughead. But funny is funny. Money is money. And this guy loves money. Let's give it for Anya. All right? Come on. You love money. Come on, my prince. My Prince of Wales. Hey, I just said that for you and Shannon.
I guess, bro. I love money. Alright. What's good, people? Yeah. I got a sprained both wrists recently. Playing basketball. It's not funny about it, so we're gonna move on. Not funny about it. It hurts. It hurts a lot. Yeah, not even looking for sympathies. That's just the truth of the matter. It's Black History Month, though, right? Top it up. It's Black History Month, right? We happy, right? Yeah, we happy about that. We should be happy. I'm a little mad. Frustrated, in fact. I feel like it just February was just random. Like, no, there was no thought put into giving us that month. Like, they just gave us February. Like, what? There's no. And when you think Black history, when you think civil rights, like, what do you think? March, bro. Like, it's so obvious. They should have gave us March, bro. Like, it would have made so much sense. Like, it would be easier for the kids to learn too. Like, Miss Johnson, why is Black History Month in March? And like, oh, Timmy, because them niggas was marching. Like, boom, that's how history should be taught. History should be taught. Speaking of history, man, I was watching a cowboy movie, The Harder They Fall. It's on Netflix. It's actually a pretty good movie. I don't recommend movies much. When I do, you should probably watch it. It's a pretty fun movie. But I was just realizing that I know I couldn't exist in that type of time. Because I don't think I could do a duel. Like, you know when they do like the, all right, bro, like, I hate you, you hate me, we're gonna take 10 steps, and whoever shoot the fastest is gonna win. I feel like as soon as he turned his back, I'm popping, bro. You already done told me what you finna do. Like, I know what you on. Like, you turn your back to me? I know. No fairness. There's no chance anything happen. My gun could jam. It's too much. There's no reason to roll the dice. You're right here. Your back is turned. It's so easy. You mad I killed him? That's what we came out. One of us is gonna die. Why you mad somebody dead? Leave the scene. No. Fucking who's gonna check me for real?
Right?
One of us is gonna die. It wasn't gonna be me. I got to watch the Laker game tonight. What do I want to talk about next, man? Life is so random. I don't have much, people, for real. I've just been sad about my hand, man. It was sad because like the first day I couldn't even play the video game version of basketball. Like nigga, I can't even play virtual hoops. Nigga, like you know how easy it is to play virtual hoops. Like my players are 99. Like it should be so easy for my wrist. It was good though because I had a good excuse. One thing about me, if I got an excuse, I'm like, it's good to play games. Cause I'm like, oh bro, you missed it, bro. You know my wrist. My wrist is hurting. It's going on. What do I want to talk about? I really have no like y'all. Let's do some crowd. Let's do some crowd shit, bro. Like, fuck it. Let's talk, bro. If somebody got a Patty, you're in the hallway, bro.
Come on in.
You come from behind the shit, man.
Come on out.
Hogwarts
Patty.
Legacy.
You're sick.
Hogwarts Legacy. How you know? How you know I'm on that shit?
Oh, you're on that shit.
How you know I'm on that shit? I'm barely here and I'm on that shit so much. I might still be on that shit right now. I'm doing magic. Bro, I put those magic classes over my real classes in real life, bro. I ditched class to go to virtual Hogwarts class. Y'all don't know, they just came out with the little Harry Potter game, you know. And you can make your own little character. It's a one-player game. You make your own little character. You go through the whole missions and shit. Like you in your school. My nigga's name is Timothy Houdini. Distant relative, you know, the Magic Man himself. He got dreadlocks. He look like a Migo. You feel me? Everybody, I feel like all the black characters look like Migos. Well, I don't know because he gotta get the cape and shit. I don't know. My nigga dripped out. And I love that game because it's like it gives you the choice to do good or bad shit. And I'm like, I walk that line so perfectly. Like people are like, oh, can you go like grab this stuff for me? Like the mermaids left me some in the water. Like it's just I can't go in water right now. I'm like, I got you, don't worry. I go through the whole mission. I got the shit for her. I come back like, hey yo, I got this shit. Like okay, can I have it? I'm like, no, I'm really getting on with this shit. Like I already did shit. Like I helped you, but now you see how to do it for next time. Don't listen to niggas. But the game is taking up my life, man. The game is hard to get off of, man. It's like that's one of them games. It's like I don't know. Y'all be on loser shit for real. Y'all be on loser shit. I be on games for real. Like I'm really a gaming ass nigga. Like I would spend a whole day. Oh yeah. We got some gamers in the top of you game for real. You got video games, PS5s, PS. What you on?
Dude, I'm still on the PS4.
PS4. Hey, you on the vibe though? What you be playing on the PS4?
Like FIFA, Madden, 2K.
Okay, 2K. Okay, hey, I like the energy. I'm a 2K playing ass nigga for real. I again, virtual basketball it scratches that itch for me. What game you be playing, bro?
We playing Apex.
Apex.
And online Catan.
Alright, bro. Can I confession? I'm so bad at like shooting games. Like I'm so bad. Like I don't have the urgency of like a nigga that might die. Like it's my friends like you need that when you're on the game. You know you gotta really have that like I gotta survive. Like me, I'm like man, I really love the 2K, bro. Y'all got it, bro. Like I be real chill. And now you got the virtual like you could talk to the person around you on the new Call of Duty, right? And I be making friends. I play by myself because they be laughing at me. Because they'll pull up. I'm like, bro, chill, bro. That's all I'm like, bro, really? You gonna kill me, bro? Like, I just got here for real, bro. I ain't got no gun, bro. Like, for real? You gonna do me like this, bro? Like, it's my dog's birthday. You gonna do me like this? It's my dog's birthday, bro? For real? No, I be begging for my life on that game. I just be following niggas around. I'm like a little, you know the little nigga in Harry Potter, the little like elf nigga. That's me. I'm just be following niggas around in Call of Duty. And who we gonna kill, nigga? Let me see. I don't know. What's my time looking like? I know I'm probably like 1 minute.
What? You got 3.
Damn, I'm so bad with time. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have time. April Fools. All right, let's talk about something else, guys. What do you want to talk about? Talk about work? No. You want to talk about school? Gross.
Kids.
Kids.
School.
In school.
Yeah.
Having kids while you're a student.
Having kids on the
Specific.
student. Having kids on the student. Oh, like having like
What's
my
it like
being a teacher.
Oh,
North
that
Dakota for one.
North Dakota. At least that's my favorite Dakota. You're a clown. I was like, what? My favorite Dakota. I had nothing for that. She said North Dakota. I was like, I didn't even know people traveled there willingly. I thought that was. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want beef with North Dakota people. I take that back. I mean, before they come press me, we get canceled by North Dakota, bro. They be doing stuff in North Dakota. They probably be like doing like farmery,
Tipping cows,
agriculture.
cow tipping.
I went to like a cow town for college. Like I understand, it's fun, bro. Like it's really what you make of the community, bro. Like I'm sure North Dakotans are mad cool, bro. Like they're really out there really tapping in with the kid, bro. I fuck with y'all, bro. Like I'm gonna pull up on some cool shit. Like just plant some seeds or something. Do some cool shit. What was I even gonna get into? I don't know. Oh yeah, you're talking about being a teacher and being a student at the same time. It's real cool because like I feel like I relate to my students on a different way. Like I never like the problem with teachers, and this is now not even comedy. I'm gonna close on some real spill. The problem with teaching like now is because like the generations are too far apart, and like there's an older way of teaching which is like I'm gonna tell these kids what to do. And kids are terrible at responding to that now because they have too much access to technology and shit. Like, they're too smart. So you have to really come at them, like, real adult-like. Like, I don't tell them shut the fuck up. I be like, hey, yo, we low-key tweaking right now with the volume. Like, that's how I come at it. But it works. You feel me? Like, as a teacher, it works. And that wasn't even a joke. That's some real shit. So if y'all got, you know, any situation, you're trying to quiet a group of kids, be like, hey, yo, we tweaking right now. Let's keep it.
Cool teacher.
Cool teacher. Yeah, unfortunately, that's me, bro. They don't. They respect me, but they be doing too much. Like I don't get my breaks. Like my free periods, there be kids in my class. I'm like, bro, really leave me alone, bro.
No, that's
like
awesome,
I don't want to hear about your childhood relationship, bro. Do not matter, bro. Like, you will not know that nigga in 4 years, bro.
Hey, you're a father figure, maybe in some of their kids' lives, man. Seriously,
Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm a sub. I'll be there for one day a week. I be holding it down for that one day though. You feel me? I be like, I be dapping niggas up. They be sad when I leave. Mr. Onion, when you come back? One day. Them teachers sick. I'll be there. Y'all stay up though. I'm gonna get out of here. Much love. Ooh, 9:21. Oh, that's perfect. We'll leave that 30 seconds to the room. Y'all know me, Onion West.
Thank you so much.
NYEWST, man. And y'all go crazy with that 30 seconds now.
Hey! Oh, you poor thing. I'm so sorry. I did not know.
It don't matter. I'm already done now. Vibing.
When did it happen?
Thursday.
Thursday? Does that affect your sexual life, like when you're alone?
You gotta incorporate this. You gotta incorporate it.
You gotta be ambidextrous. Ambidextrous or temptress. The place has gone mad. But you know what? The only person who's gonna bring it back together is the woman that makes me laugh so much. Let's get up for the comedy of the one and only Enno. Let her hear you. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I was late. I'm late. That's what happens to me sometimes. Sometimes you're late, but you know what? I'm gonna bring up Lincoln even though he was late. Let's get him up here for a second, okay? All right, guys, you all get him.
This is the second time I've like heard Sunda on my way coming up.
You need a reflex. Can't. I'm too old to break.
All right. Firstly, just on video games, like I play Apex, which is like a first-person shooter, and like you kind of make friends, like talking with it, right? And like I have one person I play with sometimes. He's like 11, 10 years old, but he destroys. Like he's one of the best players. Like he will literally 1v3 a team. And like I was thinking it was a little weird, right? Like a little bit. And I know it was weird because one time I was like talking to him, we're playing it. We're talking like this guy talks like, yeah, oh, I think there's a team in the building on the left. Like literally be talking like that. And I hear like his mom in the background, and she's like, who are you playing with? And he's like, oh, one of my friends from school. And I was like, oh man, I don't know if this is. This might be wrong, but no, I'm still playing with him because I'm in like, no, I'm legit in diamond rank right now. I would be at gold at best without this kid. He's been carrying me like hardcore. I don't give a shit if he's lying to his parents, whatever. I'm not trying to meet up with him in real life. I don't know. He lives, he's in the East Coast. He's cool with that. Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I'm keeping it borderline. And honestly, talking to kids is fun. Like, I will literally know when I'm talking to him. Like, I'll talk to him about his life and stuff. Like, there's honestly comedy stuff you can get. Like, from the little kid, as like a teacher. Yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, what did I actually want to talk about? Okay. So I was supposed to hang out with a friend today, and but he was sick. Yeah, he came down with the flu. I was like, it sucked for him, but I was like, good for the flu. Right? Like, that motherfucker has had a really, really tough time the last couple of years. Right? It's like, there's literally a shot we can take every year for the flu that most of us don't even take. And that's been around for years. So we know, it might not do anything to you. And we still don't take it. That's how much we don't care about the flu, And then this Chinese motherfucker comes around and shuts down the whole country. And I know no one laughed at that, and I get it, because people said the China virus. But if you look at it, the only virology institute in China was in Wuhan. Like, it was really, without going in too much, like, yeah. But yeah, so I would not be surprised if the flu was even able to get out of bed in the morning, Like, legit. Like, how many people do you know who had the flu between March 2020 and March 2022? How many people?
Myself.
Really? You?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one in like a home. Think about how many people usually get the flu. That's because the flu was very fucking depressed, man. I'm telling you, this flu was having a very tough time. You know, I'm imagining that the flu, you know, he's like, you know, his friends probably try to cheer him up, you know, like Ebola and HPV. Like, yo, flu. Hey, man, we're going to go to Malaysia and fuck shit up. You want to come with? He's sitting there in his bed watching CNN. This COVID guy just killed like 3 asthmatic college students. I can't even remember the last time I hospitalized someone. And 3 college students. I haven't killed anyone under 60 since the Reagan administration. This is ridiculous. So yeah, so, you know, I hate to say it, but you know, I'm actually happy that my friend has the flu. You know, like, you go flu. Everybody loves a comeback story, right?
Helps
Well,
with traffic.
Yeah.
Helps with traffic.
Facts, but it's just like, but stay away from me, flu. You know, like we good. You know, I'm happy for you, but you know. Anyway, what else did I want to talk about? Is there a snowbunny joke? And what other fucking Okay, you know what? I'll be pretty short because I don't want to talk. I've been watching Godfrey. You guys know the comedian Godfrey?
Yeah, man.
Of course.
He's fucking amazing. I watched him a little bit as a kid, but amazing. And he taught me something like I didn't think is like, for months now doing comedy, I kind of have this issue of figuring out. Sorry, this isn't that funny, but I'll be quick, maybe like 2 minutes, and I'll give up the time. Is like, when I talk, sometimes I feel like I talk more black, you know, my black sense, so to speak, and then, but also, you know, I grew up in Orange County, so, you know, I code switch all the time, even when I was in school with kids and stuff. And for all these great comedians that I see, especially like the black ones, like the ones I admire and think are amazing, you know, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock, you know, even Kevin Hart, I mean, like, I admire, but like whatever. Point is, they sound very black. You know, there's like a black scent, like they put this energy and etc. And I was thinking that's what I needed to do, like to be funny. But then I watched Godfrey, and he has energy like that too. But you close your eyes, you're thinking it's a white guy, and he's from Nigeria too. It's like he really, and it was just something that was so interesting. I don't know if other black comedians in the room, have you ever felt like you kind of like almost want to talk a certain way versus other? Like, do you ever kind of like, oh, am I gonna talk whiter for this joke, or I'm gonna talk blacker? Because usually when I talk about racial stuff, it like naturally my black accent comes out, like I start saying nigga, like, you know. But like when I talk about more like regular issues, I kind of talk more like, I don't want to say white and black, but you know what I'm saying. That's it. Just that question. If you guys haven't, then I'm done. Have you ever? Has anyone grappled with this?
White people talk more black when they talk about black people. So it's.
You think so?
We pick up characters as we move. So as long as you're true to the story, whatever develops.
Okay, great point. Anyway, rest of the time back in the room. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, y'all. Yo, what's up? Tonight is Black Comedy Jam. Yo, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Yo, check it out. White people be like, yo, white people be like, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, let me tell you something about my baby mother, right? I know my 10th baby mother. I'm so broke. I'm a black man with no money. I'm so broke.
Lincoln, you're out of your mind. I love you.
No, but that was
But I
really
know
some
what you're
comics
saying.
on Chocolate
I'll tell
Sunday.
you something, a true story.
Yeah.
When people watch me on Byron Allen's show, they say to me, I've never heard you talk like that in my entire life. But what they don't know is with all those white people I was sitting with, the entire audience was black. So there was no way I was into other material. So sometimes it's not the way you speak, it's your material. You do the hair routine, well, the way I used to. I can't do that anymore now, right? Because my hair used to be straight. So one drop of water goes up like Jiffy Pop popcorn, ha ha ha. Right, but it's funny, like when you're with the black crowd, you know, because like, you know, the first thing a white guy wants to do to get his groove on, he's like, hey, what about you jumping in the shower? I'm like, not today, hey, you know, hey. They get all that. When I have an audience like that, anybody ever here worked in a prison, been in prison, hooked up with a guy from prison? She's crazy! That's all. So, and you're a tremendous performer.
Thank you.
And it doesn't matter what you do as long as it's funny. Because funny is funny. If you don't believe me, ask the guy who taught me. Patty's coming up to the stage, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa.
There we go! Patty, where is it?
This is the part where I yell my name and you go crazy.
Where's
I'm Patty!
Woo!
I'm Patty! Come on, give me a little more. I'm not gonna get up there. I knew you had it fucking in you. There's a little subdued fucking here. Were they passing fucking Xanax out at the door? Liven up! For the love of Christ! I don't know why I can't get this mental picture of Egyptian men dipping their balls in green paint. It's gonna haunt me for the rest of the night. It's just I'm not gonna I can't get it out of my head. It's kind of hot. It's a little hot. Also, you know, I've always heard about black people. My whole life. No, I'm kidding. Using their white voice at work.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, white people normally have a black voice, but they don't do it at work. They used to. They don't do it at work anymore. But when a white person does use their black voice, they usually wind up with a record contract. You know? Elvis Presley, Eminem. So it's the system works fucking differently. A lot of talk of dick pics tonight. Is tonight dick joke night here? Was it like a 2 dick joke minimum? I have never sent a dick pic in my life.
Good for you.
Never have. The only dick pic I ever received was actually from Andy Dick. It was a Polaroid. I met him in Kevin Spacey's Pickleball. It's a long time ago. You are a brave generation. I salute you, millennial Zers. You are proud of your bodies. I am Catholic and, as God intended, ashamed of mine.
Yeah.
You guys probably right now, there's someone here has a naked picture of themselves on their phone. I think we know who that is. Just fucking brave. Brave. Let's have a round of applause for people that have naked pictures of themselves on the phone. I take that back. I did send one dick pic in my life to a woman I met at the Dollar Tree. But it was hand drawn, and I sent it to her. Yeah. You know, you're talking about all these video games. I don't know what the fuck. It's like a whole fucking different language. Yeah. You know, but I will say this. We had a name for grown men who played video games with 11-year-old boys. Oh, no. Well, yeah, it was Father Albert. or as some of the other altar boys referred to him, the Christopher Columbus of anal.
Oh, shit.
You know, because he liked to think he got there first.
Whoa! Yeah, that's good.
He wasn't so bad. There was another guy, Father Francis, the booty burglar, Mahoney. He was okay, though. He was a passive-aggressive power bottom.
Oh, my God.
So what? No, I still get Christmas cards from the guy. $50 is $50. My Catholicism is what informed me that maybe I could do this. Maybe I was funny. I remember one time I made Father Albert laugh so hard he passed semen through his nostrils. That was God tapping me on the shoulder saying, maybe you can do this. Because I'm going to be direct with you. A stable upbringing and solid mental health doesn't lead you fucking here. It does not. Today, I've been doing this a long, long time. And this shit is like heroin. Or sucking dick. In that, you know, you're not everything you did once. But in Ireland, we have a saying, once a philosopher, twice a pervert. 3 times, it's fucking on you. That's what you are. Today, I did a gig on the dementia ward of an assisted living home. I was being heckled by a 93-year-old dementia patient, and she was winning. I don't know. This is like, you know, if you do it well, it's mental illness. Right. Stand up. But if you just are doing it, that's just fucking crazy. Yeah. Like they had no concept of a setup and a joke. Collectively in the room, there was 3,000 years of people, and they're just yelling shit. You know, because they have minders that repeat everything they say. I had a heckler in the front row, a 93-year-old woman. You know, and she's like, I said, "What's your name?" She goes, "I don't like personal questions." I said, okay, I understand you don't like personal questions. I have two. Is that true? And did you lose your virginity to Alexander Graham Bell? She said, thank God he fucking died before all this happened here. It's just fucking amazing. And you're doing a setup, and a guy in the back is going, ah! Ah! Here's the deal. You can do this your whole life. but the sun doesn't always come out. The lightning doesn't always strike. Look at me! Drink me fucking in! I've been doing this my whole life. I have a sibling who has done 28 major motion pictures, had a TV series on CBS for 7 years. Okay, my unemployment just ran out, and I sleep on a couch I bought from Big Lots. The sun doesn't always shine. You're not always going to get struck by the fucking lightning. I'm just telling you. I have a sibling that won Best Actress at the Venice Film Festival. Yeah. I have a Costco membership with my father. It doesn't always happen. It just doesn't. You know, you find yourself doing this, and it is like heroin. Because if you do heroin once, you know, that's kind. Twice, third time, it's fucking got you.
Okay.
And then that's all you want to do. And that's all your friends do. It fucking consumes you. That's it. There's no fucking punchline there. Just a whole bunch of fear. Why? Why is there this gaping hole? And, you know, your laughter is fine, I suppose, but it won't fill this hole. Temporarily it does, but no. Then I go home. Because, you know, sometimes I actually do well at this. Not tonight, obviously. and it's great, but then I go home, and this is good in doses. You guys get enough Patty here. I go home, and the circus music doesn't fucking stop. It just goes on and on and on and on. I'm 60 fucking years old, man. And I don't want any applause for that. When will this endless need for validation from rooms full of strangers end? Never. It's never gonna end. I've just realized that. I've just realized that. And here's the thing, I'm not the pro-gun, but I have one. Because this is a very scary world, you know, and, you know, I might have to kill myself. I don't want to fail at that. Can you imagine that?
Oh, Lord.
You fuck up at that, there's no worse failing at, although my first wife used to try and kill herself about twice a month by jumping out the basement window. It's a different thing, man. It's a different thing. My wife doesn't get this either. She doesn't get any of this. She doesn't think I'm funny. She's just happy to get me out of the fucking house. What was that?
Your phone. Doorbell.
There's a doorbell. There's noises here this evening. This has been a banner evening,
Sometimes
has
my
it not?
stomach makes noises.
Is that? Give Monica a round of applause.
Swallow the phone. Swallow the
Monica,
phone.
in her stomach.
It's my IBS.
Man, I actually had a gig last week
IBM.
in you guys could have a conversation
Technology.
later.
Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
That's okay, man. I like when you get to like guys that it's a 5-minute mic and they go, well, there's 4 minutes. I'm at 4:47. I'm going to give this time back to the fucking. Thanks a whole fucking lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. I stole that joke from him. Just so you know. Not consciously, somewhat consciously. I don't know where to go from here. I don't fucking know. I mean, usually I'm a ball of fucking energy. But to be rejected by a room full of... I started to do Alzheimer jokes. Just and there's a joke that I do, or, you know, I played an Alzheimer's convention last week, and it was a pretty easy gig. I just told the same joke over and over. Played an Alzheimer's convention last week. Easy gig. I just told the same joke over and over and over. Did I mention I played an Alzheimer's convention last week? I did that 8 times in a row and got nothing. Nothing. Because they had no idea I was even up there. They had no fucking idea I was even up there. I would, you know, by the way, pays well. Pays well to be ignored by a collective of about 3,000 years of life. So I had a lot of fun. You know, and I do want to credit Anya for what was the best joke of the entire set. I think that's from your Instagram, right? That was it. Thought I heard it somewhere. Listen, I'm gonna get off the stage.
Give it back to the room.
You're gonna give it back to the room. But this week is National Firefighters Week, so with your permission, I'm going to wind up with a firefighter joke. Would that be okay?
Go ahead.
Okay. 2 firemen are butt fucking in a smoke-filled room, and the captain walks in and says, "What the hell's going on here?" One guy looks up. He said, "I had smoke inhalation." The captain says, "Why didn't you just give mouth to mouth?" He said, "I did. How do you think this got started?" I'm Patty, Paddyforconedy.
Where's your show?
My show is at the Mix, which is in Pasadena on Colorado. And later this evening, Anya is going to write me some more funny shit. Give it up for Zunda!
Oh man, always a fun time, right? Never wrong when you have the comedy of the one and only Sean. Let's do this, Sean. Come on, let's do this.
Hello. Happy Monday, people. Shit, I've had a bad day.
Oh.
I just found out I didn't invent the dick pic. Thought I did. I was early too. It was a fax machine, really. My 11-year-old friend that I've been playing video games with, his mom found out, and now we're not allowed to play anymore. And if that's not bad, my dad got killed in a duel, but I'm pretty sure the guy cheated. There's no witnesses there to prove it, though. So we'll see. I'm not having the worst day ever. I think the worst day ever. You guys ever? I was just talking about. They don't make sports movies anymore. Have you noticed? I think it's because they're like, oh, it's a generation that's used to participation trophies, so we can't make a movie where one team wins. But I think that's bullshit. Because if you look back at sports movies, do you remember? You guys remember Air Bud?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my impression of the coach in Air Bud telling a kid he's not going to start because a fucking dog is replacing him on the team. So this scene never made it in the movie, but I imagine it's on the DVD version for the storytelling. All right. Hey, DeMarcus, can you come into my office? You know what? The school probably didn't have a DeMarcus if a dog made the team better. So let me change it. Hey, Eugene, can you step into my office real quick? That's great. Thank you. Take a seat. Oh, that's great that you've been practicing so much. No, that's happy to hear that you've been practicing without me telling you to. I don't know if you noticed, but like Mark brought his dog in today. Have you had a chance to meet Little Bud?
Little Bud.
Yes, he is a good boy. This is true. He's also got a killer crossover. I don't know if you got the chance to see. And that kid's probably just like, yeah, that's probably cool. I mean, was gonna be like the mascot or something. I mean, he's a dog and he's not even enrolled here, so I mean, if we could do some stuff with him at halftime, yeah, I think it'd be cool. Get some more seats, more butts in the seats. Oh, buddy, you're not making this fucking easy. Bud is gonna start in your position on Friday night. Bro, my fucking parents are coming to this shit. So that scene got cut, but I think it deserves to really be in the film. That must be rough. I hate looking at my phone. I'm gonna do it anyway with no shame. You can't shame me.
Watch.
Oh man. Dating in LA, that's fun. Dude, you know why it's hard dating in LA as a guy? It's harder for a guy. There's all this bullshit that we have to pretend to like and be interested in and know that all the girls seem to know automatically. Like, who knows what a love language is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned there's 5. Did you know? So I want to start an online course where I can teach guys like the dumb shit that we really don't want to commit to memory, and maybe I'll like make a few cheat sheets. So here's a mnemonic system I came up with so that you can remember all the love languages. The first 2 just are for the girls. All right, so it's you got words of affirmation. That's like every girl's favorite. It's so easy, you know, because they want to hear the nice things their dad never told them. Right? Guys, Relax. Not real. Obviously, quality time. That's another really girly one. Because, you know, they make up for the time they didn't have with their fathers, right? Third one's the easiest one for every man because it's physical touch, and that's every horn dog has picked physical touch. Every dating profile that's a guy picks physical touch. So I think I'm smart by picking a different one. But I feel like now I've put out the secret, and they'll see right through it. Then we got acts of service. That one's split down the middle. I used to think it was people who only like fucking soldiers. But it's not. It's like probably guys that need their laundry done. So that one probably favors the guys a little bit more. Receiving gifts, this one actually applies to everyone. Anyone who had a shitty Christmas is probably that one. So just remember, girl, boy, a boy and his mom, probably because the laundry, and then shitty Christmas. And if you read it really quickly, it's a really sad poem. Did you know your phone can tell you're gay even before you know? This is true. Like, based on your searches and how long you look at stuff, they'll be like, oh shit, you really rewinded the fucking shaking leg scene in Elvis like 12 times. They find out before you even know you're gay. And I know because this happened to a coworker of mine, and I was thinking about asking her out. And I borrowed her laptop, and I went on YouTube, and the first thing at the top was how to tell if you're a lesbian. I was like, I probably shouldn't ask her out anymore. Because then I'd feel like I'm probably what fully drove her in the direction. But, you know, if I ask you out, they're like, yeah, you know, it's a sign. I probably should be a lesbian. It makes sense. But, you know, that problem solved itself. She cut her hair, and I thought she was ugly after. I'm not mean, guys. My mom and sister are both therapists. That's true. So, like, I give out advice that, like, I have no business giving out just because I'm like, it's like a family business. I just say whatever. I sent a video, this is how you know my TikTok feed's weird. It's of, like, a really attractive blonde girl, and she's doing all these different impressions of what seagulls sound like. Like, these are the 5 different seagull sounds. And, like, she goes through all of them, and she's just really cute, and I sent it to my mom and my sister. I was like, why is this hot? You know? Like, it's not, or psychologist, you should probably go to a psychiatrist. There needs to be medication involved. Typically. That's where my phone actually knew I was getting broken up with before I knew. And that's true, because my feed went from nothing but, like, shitty sketch comedy and sports videos to, like, what to do once you're single after the first time. I'm like, yo, guys, what are you talking about? Like, I have a girlfriend, and I shit you not, a few days later, I see a video, and it's what to do when you just broke up with your boyfriend. And my girlfriend's in the video, and it's weird, because I thought we were still had another day. I don't know why I'm worried about having a girlfriend. I don't want to have kids at all. I have a buddy who's my age, he has kids. It's way too early, man, way too early. But I brought this up to my girlfriend. It started a bit of a fight. I was like, obviously I don't want to have kids now, but we should have them, like, when we're relatively younger. I mean, do you want to have the kids off to college, you have an empty house, and you're still, like, young and spry, and you can do stuff? You know, I've said nothing wrong. And then I said, or do you want to be old and decrepit, like your parents, right? And she hit me with a first of all. I was like, damn it. I hate first of all, because you know it's the back-to-back points. You have no time in the middle. And I hate it as like a writing tool. All right, we were talking about writing. I hate first of all, ruins the surprise. There's no infomercial that's ever started with, first of all, you get the one scrub daddy. No, it's always, but wait, there's more. Here's a fucking second scrub daddy. So it was lazy writing. But she said, first of all, that's so disrespectful. My father served this country.
And second of all, our parents are the same fucking age, Sean. I was like, oh my goodness. Your dad served this country as what, a crypt keeper? He is so old, man. Don't know how he could have done it. Also, if our parents are the same age, I don't want to have kids with you. And she wasn't ready for that one. Because I didn't say first of all. Alright, thank you guys so much. My name is Sean. I'm an asshole. Find me on Instagram at Sean Tagdis with a silent H, Taghdiss. Thank you.
Thank you for saying that too, by the way. Thank you so much for saying Mendoza, right? I was thinking about you. I saw. So what's the first? Alejandro?
Alexander.
Alexander. But that would be Alejandro, right?
No, it's Alexander.
How do you say Alexander in Spanish?
Alejandro.
Well, it's not Alejandro. It's Alexander. I want you guys to pay attention for the one and only Alexander Mendoza. Huepa. I turned Puerto Rican all of a sudden. Huepa. Sigue.
Alright. This out of the way.
Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Alexander. Yes.
Oh, I said hi.
Oh, hi. How are you? Yes. So busy day. I actually, you always see me in my gym clothes. I always show up after training people. I work from like 6 a.m. all the way to like 5 in the afternoon, training a bunch of clients. It is very expensive to live out here. So I'm gonna tell a little story. One I told before. Just learned how to spice it up a little bit. So, dating has been very hard in California, especially for me. I was in a 5-year relationship. She may say 4, give or take. But she may say, you know what I'm saying? So, eventually when we broke up, I was like, I want to see if I still got it. So, you go outside, you go to try to talk to people, and then you go to attempt to talk to them, and then they look at you like you're strange. So that's how the world works nowadays. And you can't approach anyone in physical person. It's always through social media, finding someone on the app. Because if you go to approach someone in real life, it's awkward. They stare at you like, why are you talking to me? So I decided to download apps. And I was like, you know what? I want to speak to someone in Spanish. Because I want to be able to go out to a restaurant and talk shit about people around me in another language as much as I want. You know what I'm saying? So I downloaded this app called Chispa, which is a translation in English is called Sparks. In Spanish, Chispa. And I ended up matching with this lovely girl. She had beautiful pictures, 4 of them, complete profile. Everything filled out, so I was like, okay, this must be real. And my profile set up perfectly fine. I'm really who I am. Pictures are from a distance and not from a certain angle, just to get me my, you know what I'm saying? My angle right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we end up talking and talk for about a week. Completely forget to realize the mileage on the distance between when we match. Cause I'm cheap, so I don't pay for the app. I just scroll, no more, and I'm like, fuck, next day. So that's what I normally do. So finally matched one, and we talked for a week. Didn't check the distance on the little profile. It was in Bakersfield, which is about. So at that time I'm living in Oxnard, which is all the way. If you guys do not know where that is, I know you guys are in Beverly Hills. That is all the way west towards Ventura. So I was in Oxnard, and she was in Bakersfield. Don't know any of the highways. I'm actually from Miami, so I don't know any of the places here. So I think Bakersfield, all right, cool, fine. A little bit of advice, ladies. When you match, I'm guessing she noticed because women pay attention to details. Very much so. I know she noticed the mileage. You know what I'm saying? I know she noticed the mileage. So if you see that it's about 85 to 100 miles and you're about to meet someone and you took certain pictures of certain angles, that you hit certain angles, that was about 5 to 6 years ago. And you're not looking quite the same. And you're making someone drive 85 to 100 miles. Yeah. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah. All right. So, she took excellent angles, all pictures edited, you know what I'm saying, filters, all that shit. This is during a time where I had no idea that like this was like going on. I just thought like pictures were like posted and you're like good. That's like the person you're meeting. Apparently that's not so. So yeah, we decided to meet up. We talked a lot. We had a lot of things in common. She liked cartoons. I like cartoons. I'm a big kid at heart. She liked anime. I like anime. I was like, actually, when I first like matched her, I was in Little Tokyo in an anime store trying to find like a toy. I know I'm like an oversized child. I know I'm like I look like a jock, but I'm like nerd inside. So that's kind of how I work. So anywho, we matched. I was like, all right, I'm gonna drive 85 miles to meet this individual that I have no idea who is. Hopefully, everything is according to plan. Like I said before, ladies, if you match someone and you took pictures from 5 to 6 years ago, and you are driving 50 plus miles, do some sit-ups. Do some push-ups. Jog. High knees. Skaters side to side. I am a trainer. I can show you what to do. You know what I'm saying? You can let me know. You can let me know a workout routine. Like, hey, I know you're a trainer. Hey, just, you know, give me some tips on what I should do to keep my... And then I give you the tips, and then you work out for like a week, and then we meet up, and then at least I see the progression in the way that I'm kind of like hoping it for. So I drive out 85 miles. You like start passing by like farms on your left, farms on your right. Definitely did that opposite. Farms on your left, farms on your right. There we go. Farms on your left, farms on your right. You're driving all the way down. And as I'm driving, I'm like, now like the negative thoughts are starting to go into my mind. Like, will this fucking work? Will she look like the pictures? I've heard stories.
Right.
Because like I told my friends, you know, like, oh, I met this girl, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, you know, you're an idiot. Because I'm an idiot for like driving 85 miles on the first time I'm gonna meet someone. I drive 85 miles, not like 5, not like 10, 85. So I drive all the way down, and I get to like a place where like there's like a fucking dirt road, and the first thing I notice is all the houses have wheels. All the houses have wheels, and I'm like, oh shit! I just pulled up into the Oregon Trail. Should have got my musket. Unfortunately, I didn't have a musket. So I pull up in my 2016 Ford Focus hatchback, by the way, with the big booty. Yeah. Pull up, and you know, I text her. I'm like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm outside." She's like, "Yeah, come outside." And then, so like, this is like the door right here. See right here. So like, let's say this is the door. We're going this way. I'm out here, parked, sitting in the car, and she comes out. So I'm like, here, I'm here, and she's like, all right, I'll be right out. And then as she's coming out, she's like, boop. Well, I'll do it this way, so it makes more sense. Boop, boop. But as she's coming out, she's like, still coming out, 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 still coming out. And at this point, and I noticed that like the weight increases by like 5-fold by every step she takes. So it's like 120. 150, 170. Anywho, so we decided to go through the night. Kind of crazy. Completely crazy. Met her. She was like, oh, you must be hungry. It was a long drive. No shit. 85 miles. And she decides to prepare me a quick burrito. A quick burrito to her is putting a tortilla on the ground, open up a can of probably expired beans, cracking it open, laying it flat on the tortilla, and then putting some green sauce on it, sticking it in the microwave, and says, here, you got a burrito. That was her idea of a burrito. It was not tasty, so I only ate around the crust. Yes. Anywho, the night progressed. Her brother randomly showed up.
Oh, God.
On drugs. Coked out, wide-eyed open as fuck. Like, just wide-eyed open, just walking around like, yo, who are you? It's like, I'm here for your sister. You know what I'm saying? He actually wanted to steal my Jordans because I put them on the tape. I was courteous. I took my shoes off before I walked into the house. And anywho, he eventually like leaves. And then me and her continue to hang out. eventually, like, she puts her kids to bed. By the way, she had 4 kids that I had no idea. I had no idea. Not to sound so like misogynistic. Oh, I said that word correctly today. Awesome. Normally, it's not in my vocabulary. Yeah. So she puts the kids in bed. Me and her start messing around. Like I said, she's a little bit on the beefy side. Me and her start messing around. She's a little bit on the beefy side. So, you know, like, when you are famished and you are on the beefy side,
There you go.
slurp, slurp, slurp. You know what I'm saying? So, like, me and her had a good time. During that good time, the kids wake up.
Oh no.
She does not stop. She keeps going and going and going and going. 3 kids run out of the room. Eduardo, Consuela, and little Chewy. Chewy gets stuck on the outside, so he like walks out the last one. He's just looking at me. I'm looking at him. We're interchanging like possibilities of how I'm gonna traumatize him for the next 20 to 30 years of his life. But he's just staring at his mom. His mom does not stop. Eventually, the sister runs out, gets all the kids.
Sister's there too.
Yeah, the sister's there too. She had to save the kids. She had to save the mom from embarrassment. Though unfortunately, we already surpassed that. After that, I did not stop. But we decided to do a little bit of dogging. And during that time, I realized, what the fuck am I doing? So, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if most guys do this, but I faked an orgasm. You just when you don't feel like fucking doing it anymore. I don't know if guys admit to this, but guys do this too. When they get tired of it, we'll just go let go, a couple of squeeze, couple of pumps, a little bit of shake on the leg, and then we're done. We get off, and then me and her finished. You know what I'm saying? Me and her finished, and then she was like, "Hey, you want to sleep over?" And I was just like, "Nah, I got a kid at home." And then she was like, "Oh, you got a kid?" And I was like, "Yeah, baby Kiara." And she was like, "Oh, you have a baby?" And she was like, "Yeah, I got to take her out of the cage." And she was like, "Oh, what?" And I was like, "Yeah, my fur baby." You know what I'm saying? And then that was my excuse to get out of there. On the way home, 85 miles, I get a text saying, "This is not going to work. I'm going to work it out with my husband." Yep, she was married the entire time.
Good for you.
And that is my story for today. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Yes.
That's a story.
I practiced a little bit on I know I made it a little too long. I'm so sorry about that, but thank you.
I love you.
I appreciate it.
You had to do it, Alexander. You had to do it. You know what I didn't do today? I did not thank these 2 people that kept this place going when I'm not here. 3. Luke isn't here, but Luke, Samantha, and her scholar in residence over here on the right. The one and only Monica. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, holy crap.
As I bring her up. As I bring her up. As I bring her up. I didn't think I would go this soon. That's what everyone sounds like.
Cell phone alert!
I know.
Going. Oh, that's yours? I thought it was soon as so.
I thought I was gonna need it, and then I realized I didn't.
Right.
I memorized like everything.
That's so good. So it was Valentine's Day. And yeah, I want to be in a relationship so I can have just one person to ask if they're mad at me all the time. Because I deserve that. Let me look at my notebook. I wrote stuff down. I don't know. I'm anxious. God. Ew. Okay. Sad white men. So sad white men obviously don't want a sad white girl, but sad white girl, like, thank God for unanswered prayers. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I would be dead if I was with a sad white man right now. I would just go full ham on that sad white man. Should I read it like poetry? Yeah, I don't know, like, she was right about, like, should I just do her set but try and do it different? That's so weird. That's so funny. No, but China's so stupid. Let's give it up for Sunda, guys. Nobody did that yet. Go home and think about that. You knew she was going, where's Cena? Oh, I have to pay $10. Ah! Yeah! Yeah! Right. So I feel like we just need prostitution's strongest soldiers to fuck all the incels, and a lot would be better. I mean, it's President's Day. I don't know. Who's fucking the president? Dr. Jill? They have a cute love story. This is not what I wanted to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna get stalked. Oh, Valentine's Day. I feel like people say Valentine's Day is like for the girls, but I feel like Valentine's Day is like mental torture for like 2 months before. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you feel like you know you have a Valentine, you don't. You don't know anything. You don't know anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Valentine's Day is like a free space for guys like on a Monopoly board. You know what I mean? Like, it's one day you could just make up for fucking everything until her birthday. Until President's Day. You know what I'm saying? Like, use it wisely. Why are you acting like it's like such a big fucking deal? It comes around the same time every year. Same time, same place. I really like have this issue when I see a baby at the mall. Like, it's, I don't know, I stop everything I'm doing. I walked up, like it's like a full, like, I walk up to it and the mom's on her phone and I'm like making up stories in my head. Like, I would do so much better for you. Like, I would Montessori you, baby. Like, you don't even know. This fucking Aryan looking little girl from New Zealand. I'm tired of dogs at the mall. I'll talk about dating in LA is what I was going to talk about. So when I hear dating in LA, I hear like avocado toast, like I hear Instagram, like I hear BBL, like I just hear a lot of things, and it's like I wish everybody would be themselves by themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wish people could realize that they are so lucky to not only live in LA, but to date in LA. Right. You know what I mean? Like, this is my city. Like, I have New York pride about Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my traffic. This is my fucking, dude, vaping. Like, vaping's not LA, but it feels cultural. Like, I don't know, like, for me, it used to be a nurse smoking a cigarette that would really get me going. But now it's like, if I see, like, a girlfriend holding her boyfriend's hand and he's sucking on the fucking vape, like a little passy, I'm like, that's a cultural moment, like, that we'll never have. And he has a mustache that would not have been okay 4 years ago. So I just talk like how I want to talk. A mustache. We're in the most diverse era of bang we've ever been. Okay. People are having fucking the stupidest shit on their face. They go, it's a bang. No, it's not. It's a fucking issue. People ask me, why did you shave your head? And I was like, please stop. Please. Even though I shaved my head, I told everybody. I called everybody. I called my cousin. I was like, do you think I should shave my head? And she was like, why don't you try a bob first? And I was like, that's absolutely, and then I just shaved it that day. Not myself. It was like a group of people. It was like, how do you say it? Like, for attention? That's my love language. No, that wasn't that good, Lincoln, but I really appreciate you.
No, I thought that was really funny.
Well, no, I don't know. Well, I don't agree with you. Yeah. God, what happened? So I want to get stalked, because stories, but also it's like I know it's gonna happen, so I want to be able to pick out the right guy. Like, I want to be at a bar and like see a guy like walking up to a drink, and I'm like, he's gonna do something silly. I'm like, before you make a mistake, can I have that? It's a free ride. It's a free story, and I know me. I would be like, so, what happened with your mom? You know, like what? And then they would be like, Criminal Minds is ruining everyone, you know. I want to be kidnapped by a boomer. I think I do really well. I have boomer parents. It really changed me. Like, I had lunch with my teachers. Here's dating in LA. No, it's so bad.
Tell us. Come on.
Dating in LA. I'm trying to word the joke. Okay. There's a really good joke in here. Dating in LA is having a white Russian for the first time so you can hook up with a non-binary, self-identified skinhead. Could be a white German. Like, something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole thing there. Like, there's a whole storyline there. You know what I'm saying? Non-binary, I hear a lot of people talk about it, and I know that they're doing it to be edgy. Like, I've never seen someone come up here who's like, no, yeah, non-binary is cool. They're like, non-binary, and they know it's not a bad word, but they know we're all anxious when they say it. I won't say names, but she's not here right now.
Oh.
They're not here right now.
It's not the joke.
He's
You said non-binary.
No, he's not here right now. You don't get it, Lincoln, but it's okay. But damn, my time. No, my time, Lincoln. The thing about this room is so much shit happens, and it's a 4x5 inch room. So people will talk shit at you like a motherfucker. And go brush your fucking tiny asshole past me to get back to your seats. Unfollow me and follow me back. What's going on? Someone's airing out their pussy up here.
No!
Oh no! Oh no! I work at Bath and Body Works, and I was trying to fix a wedgie, and I made eye contact with this old man, and he came up to me, and he was like, "I'll talk to you. You seem bored." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not bored. I'm picking a fucking wedgie. Why are you talking to me? I'm so not bored right now. I'm so fucking having a gay old time picking my. That's too. Thank you. Thank you so much. What could I even end on? That's so funny. What if I did the, I'm doing an impression of what you shouldn't do. So how's everybody this week going? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about? Get off the stage! Just get off. Okay, I'm gonna give time back to you. I love you guys. See you later.
Samantha, where do they find you?
Right. See you in my night. Okay, you can find me on Instagram at SamLikeTBH or here. Or
TBH, to be
or
honest.
just walking behind a sad white man.
I love you so much.
You never seen that! She's back!
For a few days.
And every time I leave, madness incurs. But let me tell you something. Yeah, you wanted to talk about science, right? You wanted to talk about. Don't you realize you're in the presence of a grand woman, a scientist?
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, we're gonna bring her up. The one and only Monica.
Yeah, I was like,
Monica
talking about
Diamond.
science. How the well, I was talking about science.
Feet on the stage.
Oh, she's scared.
All right, guys, how we doing?
Yay, Monica!
In case you didn't know, today's President's Day, and it's happy Anyone here celebrate President's Day? I didn't think so. And on my calendar it says it's George Washington's birthday, which I don't know how we normalize the idea that a man can have like his birthday on like a different day every year. Like if someone asked me when my birthday was and I was like the third Monday of every February, like who's gonna say that to me? You were talking earlier that there was no sports movies. And I disagree. There was a Space Jam remake. It's on HBO. It's not that great in my opinion. Ted Lasso.
Hustler Adam Sandler.
Whatever she said. Ted Lasso. My favorite, The Queen's Gambit.
Oh, yeah.
The best sport. Speaking of sports, I'm very directionally challenged, both existentially but especially geographically. I get lost all the time. I've gotten lost in my own driveway. This one time I was going on a hike with my friend and we were supposed to be like, I told her it was a 4-mile loop. It was actually just a straight shot north and her dad had to pick us up off the highway. Yeah, so I ran track in high school and cross country. My school wasn't really, my school wasn't really known for its athletics. In fact, our school track was so bad it couldn't be used for local races. So instead, it was just open all the time and used by local racists. I did distance. I was never like good at the sprinting stuff. I like the monotony of the repetitive motion activities. So I also like things like cutting vegetables or painting or banging my head against a wall. So we had this. Senda resonated with that extra particularly. So we were at this away meet and we were at this school and it was just beautiful. It was next to this big forest preserve and it was just pristine and lush and spacious and like my high school was best known in the town for not having any windows. So I ran the 3200 at the time, the 2 mile. And that's usually one of the first events if you've been to a track race. So I got second place.
Woo!
There were only 3 people in that race.
Okay.
So then I finished and had like 4 hours to spare, and I didn't really know what else to do, like my homework, that's boring. So I was like, what if I just like did a long cool down jog in the forest preserve? So I set my Fitbit 15 minutes one way, 15 minutes the other, and I took off. And I was just like, I was having the time of my life in this forest. It was just like pristine and quiet, which I realized was because I forgot my phone. And so then the first 15 minutes ended. I turn around and I hit this fork in the trail. And I go on the wrong prong. It's like that one Robert Frost poem. If Robert Frost forgot his phone. And then when the second 15 minutes ended up and I saw the water tower for the next town, yeah, I was lost. So it was getting dark outside. I had no water. I didn't have my phone. I was still in like my track singlet, which looked kind of like a land speedo. I thought I was gonna die, so I just like kept running because I didn't know what else to do. And out of the far corner of my eye, I saw this neighborhood. So then I just started like sprinting towards it, and I just kept sprinting. I had to cross one of those like 100-meter stretches of those like fields of like mud and dirt, like those places that took like drain the swamp way too seriously. And I got like dirt on my ankles, dirt up my shin, dirt in places I didn't know you could get dirt in. And then I wound up in some lady's backyard. And I just stood there like this, and by like some nature of God and statistics, this old lady opens her back door and sees this like skinny Indian kid crying, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No." And then I explained to her my situation, and she was like, "Oh, I was just about to go drop off my daughter at volleyball practice. I can drop you off back at the high school. Do you want to come with?" So I get in her Kia. And I'm sitting in the back seat next to her 15-year-old daughter, same age as me at the time, who's just like giving me the death stare. And we drive in like complete silence. And so I was trying to like you know, bring some energy into the room, you know, just channeling my inner sophomore in high school comedian. I was like, "So, do you play volleyball often?" I don't know what else to say. Before I could say anything, though, her mom driving was like, "Oh, you know," and the daughter was named Kelly for short, and so the daughter was like, "Oh, R. Kelly is great at volleyball." I was like, "What?" She was like, "Oh, R. Kelly is great at volleyball. We just love R. Kelly. We just love R. Kelly. We just love R. Kelly. R. Kelly is so good at volleyball. We just love R. Kelly." Anyways, so we get back at the school. I thank her profusely. I still don't remember her name. And then yeah, and by the time I left, they were still doing the 800. And so then my like best friend in track at the time like came up and she was like, "Oh, Monica, I hadn't seen you in a while. Where were you?" I was like, "Nowhere." Anyways, that's all I got for today.
There is no way, Monica, that you could tell that story. What? Tell them where you find you. Tell them where they find you.
Oh, in your wildest fantasies. I'm here, I'm there, I'm everywhere. I'm just kidding. I'm here on some Mondays and Fridays and on Instagram at Monica_nerd_. Thank you.
There you go. Come this way. Okay. Monica, tell the craziest story.
I was in a cross country race.
Track.
No.
Oh.
I was in a meet. I was so bad.
Yeah.
I came last with another school. I got lost. I was with a completely different school.
I've done that before.
No, you don't do it when you have black relatives. It's a totally different thing. It's just, "Hey, man, go Suda! Hey, that's my niece. That's my cousin. That's my niece. That's my cousin." And I never showed up. But you know what I want to say? Before we close out, I want to introduce somebody that's going to be here really often soon. And I said to her, I would never do that to you. But she's here tonight, and I want her to just come up here for a few minutes. Ven acá, Jimenez. Let's do this. Maria Isabel Jimenez.
little bit. Get to know people.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that. Hi, I'm Maria Isabel Jimenez. Maria Jimenez for Spanglish. And you know, I got really excited. I got really excited with all this dick pic talk. It reminded me of the one dick pic I got. You want to see it?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay.
Whoa, she dropped her phone.
Oh, she's so excited.
She's like, airdropping.
She's like,
Airdropping.
See that?
That's okay.
Is that real?
That's a picture of Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
No.
Oh, damn.
I didn't think
No, that's Italian.
Hey, that's Italian. It looks like Dom DiMartino.
Okay. Well, I don't. You know. This is really terrible. So I think I'm gonna get back at Sunda for this. And you know, you know what she told me about you guys?
What?
She told me that you were gonna be out here going like this. Not true. She lied to me, and that's all you get because I'm not ready. Okay?
Well, tell us when you're coming back.
Probably never.
You will.
No, I will. I'm just kidding. Next Monday.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't kill me till later. Don't kill me till later. Oh, so sorry, Anya.
So guys, if you guys are watching, if people tell you you're funny, you probably are, but you won't know until you make it from the page to the stage. We're going to see how LA School of Comedy works out in Liverpool. We'll be there in a few weeks. And just in New York, just to keep you guys abreast. I mean, honestly, you got to straighten up out here with this comedy because they're coming at us hard. And are you not coming up on stage for a second? You can't just be a guest.
Sorry.
You're not going to come and say hello?
Oh, no.
Hello.
She's giving her time back to the room.
You're giving the time back to the room.
She's giving it back. All of it.
Listen, I'd love more. More time back means less electricity. Guys, it's been a great night. My name is Sunda Krunquist. Good night.
There we go.